What's going on, guys? I know it's been a minute since I last made a reaction video, but today we have a very special video because I am going to be reacting to the latest album of an artist named Pizza Man Sprat. I think that is a awesome artist name. It kind of reminds me of Sam Sprat. I believe he is the artist who designs Logic's album art covers, and so when I heard Pizza Man Sprat, I already have this really positive association in my head, so that also really helps. I think it's a really cool name. Pizza Man Sprat is a really cool name. I think it's indicative of something that he probably enjoys a whole lot. And so, I think it's just original and funny and unique. And I think that is an awesome name just to start off with. So that immediately sort of caught my attention, was his name. Pizza Man Sprat has dropped an album. I believe it is on his website. I will leave a link to it in the description. And if you guys enjoy what you hear, the clips of the music that you hear in this video, be sure to click that link in the description and check out his album, check out his project. I haven't heard it, and so I'm going to give you guys my honest opinions. And let's see, if you make music yourself and you would like a video for your album, hit me up on Instagram or through the Discord server or through my email or any of the links that you find in the description, really. So let's just jump into it. I really don't want to waste your time. I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea what this sounds like. If I dislike something, I will let you guys know, and I will try and be as helpful as possible in my criticisms. I will try to be really specific about what it is that I don't enjoy in any of these tracks, so that, Pizza Man Sprat can take those with a grain of salt, of course, and apply them wherever he sees fit. So, let's get into it. Track 1 is Grocery Store.
This piece of nigga Jimi Hendrix. We gon' be rich. Couldn't imagine all this paper, gotta sell no more pill. Gotta watch though. Got my granny with me, junkie saying I need me some dough. She ain't hearing shit. Why the fuck you hit up my phone? That bitch play with her nose, said she been there before. I don't think niggas like some depends. Goddamn piece of nigga, I don't speak enough French. Got that pure on me on daily.
Man, I think it's a cool intro. I think it's pretty smooth. I really like the guitars. And I like the laid-back performance that you brought to the table. I would have chosen different drum sounds. I feel like the drum sounds were just a little flat. And also, for the few moments where you try and actually bring a melodic performance and you try to sing on it, the singing is a little off-key. So maybe a little bit of like Melodyne, where you actually place the notes individually, or actually using a little bit of auto-tune with the velocity turned down for those portions would have helped you to stay on key a little bit and sound a little bit better. I think that your voice it reminds me a little bit of Gucci Mane, and I think that at certain points it was a little bit tough to understand what you were saying because it kind of got lost a little bit in the rest of the production. But beyond that, I like the vibe, I like the energy. Yeah, I think it's really smooth. It's definitely a really laid-back introduction to the project. So now I'm starting to wonder whether the whole project will be a little bit more laid-back, or whether, it's just going to be a mixed bag of different vibes. So let's see. Track 2 is How Could You Tell?
I ain't making no friends. I can ball 10, 100%. Hit up my plug, press send. Bitch, you gon' dribble a ball. Piece nigga feeling like wall.
Here, I will say that your flow is starting to drift a little bit out of pocket. And sometimes that's intentional. I'm hoping that you manage to find your way back into it, because then, it doesn't become completely unusable. Right? It doesn't throw me off as much if you're drifting in and out of pocket intentionally, if it's supposed to be this, have a certain effect on the track. If it is unintentional, then I would be just a little bit more careful with where you're actually placing your rhymes in terms of the production and how you're writing it. I will also say that the vocal mix, it sounds a little dry. It sounds like your vocals, it sounds like you're in a closet while you rap, and the rest of the production has a little bit more ambience to it. It's got a little bit more of a bigger, open sort of a feeling. So maybe a touch of reverb on your vocals or something like that, just to make it sound like it belongs over this beat, instead of just sounding like it's a vocal track that was laid on top of a beat, but they don't really sound like they have anything to do with each other. That could have been a little bit better as well.
Jumping and wish I would fall. While I'm in hell, I'm in hell. Swear to God, niggas be they talking a lot. Why did you tell what you saw? How could you?
I like the lyricism. I think the flow does drift a little bit in and out, but it sounds like it's intentional. It sounds like it's just how you rap, and that's cool. If it's not offbeat for the entire track, then it's something that I can learn to appreciate, and it's a nice element to the track. I think the low end on this song sounded a little dirty, and I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I couldn't even tell what notes the 808 was playing. It sounded really poorly mixed, the beat itself, you know, and your vocals, unfortunately. I don't know who does your mixing for you, but I think that it could be a little bit better. It could sound a little cleaner. But I do like the vibe. I like that it's darker. I like the contrast between this and track 1. I like that this sounds heavier, it sounds grittier. I like that you're a little bit more aggressive with your, you know, your lyrics on this. It shows some versatility, and I think that that's a positive aspect to this track. Track 3 is Revival. This sounds really cool right now. I think your voice could be a little bit louder here, man. This is cool. That's probably my favorite track so far. I do wish your voice was a little bit louder, and I do wish that a different 808 was used, but those are really my only problems with it. I love the chords that the keys are playing. I think it's very soulful, it's very smooth. You know, I like the laid-back performance that you brought. I like that you're matching the beat's energy with your performance. I think that that's something that not everybody is always able to do, right? Sometimes people still sound a little too aggressive when they want to sound a little bit more smooth. Sometimes people don't sound aggressive enough and the beat is going crazy. You know, you've, for these last 3 tracks, shown that ability to match the beat's energy, you know, to manipulate your performance and to match your performance to whatever it needs to be for the production. So I like that about it. Like I said, I think it's my favorite song out of the first 3 that we've heard so far. It's just really nicely done. It's a very nice sounding song. I like it.
I may use my Visine, but it's doing nothing. With my comfortable
I'm not a big fan of the drum pattern here. I think the ad-libs are mixed a little too loudly, and I think that you could have done more vocal layers for these melodies that you're singing, and like I said, a little bit of auto-tune would go a long way here in helping you just stay on key.
You say it's nothing to do, that's why I'm up in the booth with my comfortable shoes. Asking me why did I do it, cause I read Kama the Sutra. You could not pronounce it, so how you gonna do it? Gucci Sasa Sladu.
Yeah, I've mentioned it a couple of times already, so I'm not gonna keep hammering that same nail. But the vocal mix is again sounds a little too dry for the production. I would have loved for you to have, you know, done more layers, a couple more takes, have them spread throughout the track, you know, different portions with multiple layers of your main vocal. I would have loved to hear a little bit of auto-tune in your vocals, and also I wish the pianos in the production were a little bit louder, and the drum patterns, they're just not as well, they're not how I would do them, the drum patterns, you know, they're not as bouncy as I would have liked them to be. The sound selection could have been a little bit better, I think. Track 5.
I just do this on the daily. But you know they do not phase us. I'm the realest in this bitch. I'm steady counting all this paper mad. You running around and then chasing her. Didn't you hear me before? It's all about getting your cake up.
Wow.
Yeah.
This one's hard, man.
I just might sell your mama some Zan. Sucking me off like I'm a new man. All of y'all niggas be looking real sad. I just might drop up a pack of that gas.
Yo, that one is ridiculous, man. That is a hard track. That's probably, I don't know if that's my second favorite or if that's my favorite. All I know is Revival and On the Daily Interlude. Man, those two go crazy. This track is awesome. I love the feature too. The feature sounds clean. You know, I think that quality, like that vocal mix quality, is what you should be aiming for more often, man, because that sounded awesome. The 808 was booming too. That was really cool. That was a really cool song, man.
I'm perk, rolling the cookie, you smoking up dirt. I'm fucking your bitch, now I'm making it hurt. Piss too wavy, niggas can't surf. Serving them slice in the air, watching these niggas look mad. Draco on me while I laugh. Feel like I live in like Pac. Talking to God while loading my Glock. I hear them voices pulling up drop. You see all them hearts, them bitches gon' stop.
Yeah, that one was hard. I like that as well. The quality to the mix there was clean. It reminds me of that last track. but the production is dark and sinister and a little bit on the slower side. Your flow was nice. I mean, everything about that was just nicely done, man. That, the last one, and Revival, those are my top 3 right now. This one's called Cobain.
This nigga Cobain. You got hydro. They be saying niggas real, but they not so. Where you get that from, Colorado? They really all your niggas, but it's not so. Dirty pistol on me, I don't really got so. You niggas, CB2 and powder, you got residue. You walking down that line alone, I in the loop.
I'm not mad at this one. This one's cool. It's not bad. Not a bad track at all, man. I like the drum patterns. I would have mixed the 808 probably a little bit differently. I feel like it could have been a little bit louder. I could have used a little bit more low end there, but you know, I'm not mad at it. I do again wish that you had some auto-tune in your vocals, at least for the chorus, just to make sure that you're hitting those notes correctly, right? So you don't sound off key, because the hook is dope. I'm a little thrown off by the fact that, you know, it's a little off key every now and then. So I would have loved just a little bit of auto-tune on the chorus, but the verses sound fire. The lyrics are funny. You said you're the pizza man, but you're buying nachos. I thought that was really funny how you transitioned into the not yours bar after that. That was pretty cool. So I'm not mad at the flow. I'm not mad at the lyrics. I'm not mad at the performance. I could have used the auto-tune for the chorus and a little bit more low end for the 808. That would have been cool. It's not a bad track, man. Those guitars, those are wavy.
Want that Hennessy. I don't want that Cardi B. We fucking but we holla speed. I just want 100 million. I don't think these niggas real.
I think you went a little too crazy with the delay on this one, and the drums just are not loud enough.
Nigga Billie Jean, I might say you anything. Disappear like niggas blink. Piece of nigga put a time. But I'm really getting all these bags like it's really Christian. All them crowds like you really Christian. But you really just a fake ass nigga.
Yeah, man, it's a short track, but like I said, I think you just went a little too crazy with the delay. It's overpowering everything else in the song, and it also makes it a little tougher to understand your main vocal and the lyrics. And the melodies and the drums just need to be louder and surround your vocal a little bit better. But your flow is dope, and your energy is definitely there as well. So most of my issues with these songs come down to the way that they're mixed, man. You know, if the mix was just a little bit more professional, this has the potential to be really, really dope. So, you know, you just got to get that mix right, man.
These niggas so stupid they move wrong. Yeah, trap out of school zone. Niggas so stupid they move wrong. How do you trap out of school zone? Helping them trapping they clues wrong.
I'm not a fan of the reverb on the snares and on the claps.
When I get on my blue zone, I'm trapping, I'm making my moves home.
I also don't really enjoy the hi-hat sound.
In the 40, I'm cool home. You acting, I'm letting it
You're
go
going
on.
crazy though.
Helping them trapping, I'm so strong. The hammer be whamming. You niggas, you know that you gon' sleep.
Hey, the flow is so nice.
Nigga, you a bitch though.
It's chillin' you. They just be thinking I'm selling food. Call the plus, say mail it through. Who the fuck you be selling to?
Yeah, man. The flow, the energy, the verses are crazy. I'm not a fan of the drum sounds and the reverb on the snare and the clap. They throw me off a little bit. They're just unnecessary, you know? The reverb there is just unnecessary. But I like the performance a lot. I realized towards the end of the song that the original, like the artist that was rapping towards the beginning was a feature. Man, he killed it. He really did. That was a crazy verse from him. And then when you came in towards the end, it was a really nice contrast as well with your performance. Your voice sounds different from his. Your flow is, your energy, you know, they're different. So it's a nice contrast between you two on the song. That's not bad. That's not bad. It could be better, but it's really not a bad song. Not bad at all, man.
I just won't go like I won the lottery. When I sleep at night, I always got some dreams.
Yeah, John Locke's vocals sound way cleaner. Yeah, the feature, John Locke, his vocals sound way cleaner, man. You got to try and aim for that. I don't know what your recording setup is, but you know, you got to find a way to make your vocals sound as dry as possible so that when you go into the mix, you can later add reverb, delay, you know, EQ it correctly, add a de-esser, boost the volume, you know, compressing. I mean, all of that. You can do it after the recording, as long as you get a high quality vocal recording, man. You gotta get that sound right, because then you can spice it up in the mix and make it sound loud and clean like John Locke's vocal sound on this one. You gotta be aiming for that level, you know, because yours, when you hop into the track, your vocals, they still sound clean, but you can tell the difference, right, in quality from John Locke's, the processing on his vocals and the processing on yours. You can hear it. So you gotta just aim for that to be a little bit better. But the energy's dope. You know, the liars and wires idea here is really cool. The production's not bad, man. I would have done the 808s differently. Again, the 808 just feels like they were mixed too loud here. You know, it feels like it feels like I'm always saying, oh, this is too loud or too quiet. But there is a certain level there that's just like, you got to hit that, you know, just right, that sweet spot, because the 808 here is sort of overpowering. Track 11.
All this pain, I couldn't minimize it. Man, you looking so hypnotizing. That you told me and I told you when you told me that one day we not gonna be together, goddamn. As I can minimize, window to myself, y'all in my eyes. Gun on myself, I don't got nobody. Wishing I could unsee, I wash my eyes. Watch her betray me, but I'm not surprised. You can't order sauce. I might just drop your shit on the floor right now.
Yeah, I'm not a really big fan of this one. The drum sounds just aren't it. I feel like those drums are made for a different genre. The patterns also weren't that great. And again, you can hear the quality difference from your vocals to the features vocals. And yours also sound a little too loud. Things that I like the vibe to the song. I like the keys. I like the pianos. I like the way that the pianos were mixed and placed into the song. And I really enjoyed the feature. Track 12. This kick is mixed way too loud.
Making me laugh, living a long ass mess. Talking about how I'm gonna get it. I can fly while you bitches. That's me just up in my cup, I'm a chemist. Open on down like Kenny. People can fly, not really. Jack in the
Yeah, I like your performance. I like your flow, but the kick was mixed way too loud here. It was drowning out all the other elements of the song. And you've got to find somebody to mix these tracks and master them for you correctly, because the volume difference track to track is just, it's throwing me off a little bit. You know, having to adjust the volume for every song is not a great way to listen to an album. And the mixes, they just, if I'm being honest, man, and I have to be honest to help you be better, the mixes sound very, very amateur. So finding somebody who's good at mixing, or you know, paying somebody to mix these vocals professionally is going to help your sound. You know, if you want your sound to sound good, you've got to be willing to invest not just your time and your effort into it, but money into it as well, to get your sound to sound as professional as possible. That includes recording equipment, that includes, you know, paying somebody to mix and master your tracks, that includes all of that. So that is really going to level up your sound, I promise you. Because you've already got the charisma, you've already got the lyrics, you've already got the flow, the energy, the performance, the versatility. You've got what it takes. Like, you as a performer already have what it takes. You've just got to get that across through the mix. You've got to get your vocals to sound clean. You've got to get your beats sounding right. You've got to get, you know, all of that done so that you are fully able to show off what you are really capable of, you know? Track 13.
We can't meet up. We can't meet up, bitch. Can't meet up at your meetings, it's gonna be a disagreement. I ain't shaking all your hands for no fucking reason. Pull up in it, I got calories. We still got some shit, but I don't got a pot to piss in. And I'm still fucked up feeling bad, and I don't wanna live here. Could I could hold a little less so I can fit it in my hey, cause my work ain't done, I ain't got the time to be at heaven's gates. Did you forget my face? Did you forget my face?
that might be one of the cleaner sounding songs, man. The pianos sound great. Your vocals are nice, loud, and clear over the production. The drums aren't overpowering anything. Like, this one sounds clean, man. This is what you should be aiming for. This is a really solid track, man. Track 13, Pull Up in It, that's what you got to be aiming for more consistently. Track 14, Free Pizza for You.
Monkey on my back, bathing ate my jacket. Monkey on my back, bathing ate my jacket.
I'm not a fan of the reverb here.
I got this and that, but don't you get no tellers.
Or the panning.
They do pickups at that motel, they be telling. Gingerbread
These drums could be louder.
Disappearing. I just pray to God we get it for a living. Monkey on my back, so I'm rocking baby. I just cut my pack with that fucking razor blade. Fading ate my jacket, they don't like. Monkey on my back, fading ate my jacket. What the fuck you need depend on what's your habit.
Yeah, it's not bad, man. I could have done without the reverb on the vocals, and I also could have done with louder drums there. But that's not a bad outro. So my thoughts on this album, man, are that it could sound a lot better if the mixing was done professionally, if there was mastering done on this. You could have leveled up your sound and made it sound not as amateur as it sounds here. Lyrically, I'm not mad at it. Energy-wise, right, your actual performance over these tracks, I'm really not mad at them at all. They are what they are. They match the energy to the beats. You know, they're a little versatile. You do a little bit of singing on here, and I wish that you used auto-tune for those parts, because they would have made your vocals sound cleaner and actually be able to hit the right notes. I would have changed up a lot of the production on this, man. I would have used different drum sounds. I would have leveled the tracks differently. I would have chosen different 808s. So I feel like you got to get better at choosing your beats. And I feel like you've got to get better mixes done on these tracks. Beyond that, your performance is fine. Your versatility is there. Your energy's right. We just got to choose better beats and mix them better. I'm not mad at the album, man. Thank you for sending it in. Thank you for letting me listen to it, man. I hope that you take all of my criticism with a grain of salt. If I say anything that you disagree with and it sounds fine to you, then that's what's important, is that it sounds good to you. Keep making music. Keep inspiring people, man. Keep chasing after it. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching the video. If you want to check out the project, click the link in the description. And I will see you guys later. Until then, stay safe. Peace out.